Alright, I gotta catch up with you guys. Okay, so let's catch up. The last time you guys saw me, I was getting ready for an LA trip, which I did go on, and now I am going on a work trip, a 24-hour work trip, and I'll explain more what I'm doing. This is more the adult side of my life and the businessy side that I never really show on my channel. I have a twin sister. I have a channel with her. I am going to New Mexico, really random. I got asked to speak on a conference with brands, and this is like Niki giving some CEO vibes. The hotel is really beautiful, so I want to vlog. I have this like thing I'm speaking at like 9 or 10 a.m. and then I gotta get on a plane and go back to the East Coast. So yeah, this is crazy traveling. We're gonna be on an airplane twice within 24 hours, so. Do you remember, shot all of the times we had?
So go right here. Do you see where it has the...
Oh my god.
No, but upward. Yeah.
Okay, now that we are settled in, I kind of want to explain to you guys like why I'm here in New Mexico, what I'm doing, what's going on. By the way, before we get into it, I just needed to show you something really cute. They gave us this little lavender sachet. Anyways, I'm here with a brand called Jelly Smack. Me and Gabby work with them really close. Jelly Smack has been great partners in helping us redistribute our content like across all socials like Facebook and Snapchat. Other platforms we don't essentially give our full attention to, they do that. It's been great. Like if you've ever seen me and Gabby on the homepage on Snapchat, this year I've started doing solo work trips. VidCon was the first one, this is my second one, and both of them have been with Jelly Smack. So I was nervous to go to VidCon and speak on a panel, especially without Gabby. They thought that I did really well on the panel, so they really wanted me to come to this convention, this marketing convention in New Mexico. There's a ton of brands here, like so many, and they chose me to be kind of like a speaker, like from a creator's point of view, what it's like from our end working with brands and why we love working with brands, and explain what brand deals we're more inclined to work with versus not inclined to work with, and how to create the perfect partnership between a creator and a brand from our perspective. I love this shit, and that's something like I've never ever put on this channel. I used to not want to like ruin the illusion and the magic of YouTube by like talking about the back end side, because there's a whole back end side, but I feel like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but with like the content I've been making lately, what I spend in a week, work trips, I'm trying to really like start sharing that side of my life because it's so interesting and it's a huge part of my life. I just don't really include it. I actually thought I didn't want to put this vlog on my channel because I was like, people aren't going to want to see this. But then I realized, wait, this is something I would want to watch, because as a 27-year-old, there's something like so nice to me about watching like a crunchy personal vlog of someone like traveling by themselves for work and just like doing stuff for work. I don't know, I love work stuff. As much as I love like the home vlogs and like the productive vlogs and the cleaning vlogs, I love feeling like I'm an adult. I like being 27. I never really talk about it. Like I'm excited to be alone in this nice hotel room. I'm excited about the quiet. Like I literally sound old. I'm so sad we're not gonna be here longer, but the hotel room's beautiful. And yeah, tomorrow morning I'm talking at this conference. I'll have my assistant Mary film it. She's in her own room. I get this room to myself. I'm gonna go relax, do my skincare routine, and yeah, let's go relax. So something I do when I'm alone in hotel rooms is I always put on cable. Like, I love having background noise, and right now Schitt's Creek is playing and before it was Friends. And I feel like that's just like my little tip for like anyone doing these like independent business trips and you don't essentially like too much quiet. I think the TV really helps if you have some kind of anxiety about that. I scroll through Instagram or I FaceTime some friends and catch up and be social. For some reason, that really helped me wind down. I know like people would be like, oh, you should be like winding down. I don't know, I'm a FaceTime girly. Like if I'm friends with you, like I'm gonna FaceTime you. Now, not every work trip are these hotels this nice. I feel very, very taken care of. I literally have to like talk in the morning. I have to prep before speaking, then I speak, and then I have an hour before I have to leave for the airport to go back to the East Coast. So I was hoping to enjoy the pool and enjoy the resort, maybe get a massage, but I don't even know if I'll have time. I'm like so mad about it. Usually I'm like actually happy like business trips are short, but this like I'm genuinely upset. I wanna lounge here for like 3 days, not 1. I do not want to get up. This bed is so comfortable. I want to see this view in the daytime. So private. I don't want to keep this in because it's going to be cringy, but Mary's going to fake ask me the questions and I'm going to answer and see if we hit bullet points. I like this. Cute. And then I'll wear this over top. It's like loose. Okay, put on shoes. Okay, this is what I'm wearing. We did an updo, necklace, corset, this, black pants, boots. Let's go.
But I'm so excited to be joined by Niki Demar today. Niki is one of our amazing creators. And just a little bit about Niki, because she'll never like brag about herself, but she's been producing content first on YouTube and then across every social platform. When I counted the other day, you have 7 unique channels that I counted.
Wow.
And you might have more. And you've been doing it since 2010?
Yes, no, 2010. So over a decade now.
The theme of our conversation today is under the influence. And what I really wanted to do is bring in somebody who's lived it on the battlefront to talk about how brands are working with creators.
I just talked to a camera. That's how it started. That's what everybody always says, but it's the truth. I don't think like one person can really put themselves in a box, and for me on YouTube, I've never wanted to do that. So if I want to make a fashion video, I make a fashion video. If I want to vlog my life, I'm vlogging this trip, by the way, so I'm just vlogging me on a work trip. People just want to see just a bunch of random stuff, and that's kind of what I do. I have a twin sister. I have a channel with her. That's how I started on YouTube. We unintentionally branded ourselves as opposite twins because we have completely opposite styles. We have 10 million subscribers there. Then during the pandemic, we couldn't film together. So I was forced to give time to my channel by myself. And now that channel is my main channel. And Niki and Gabby is evolving into a podcast. So there's a lot that falls under my brand. I'm also a Spotify artist. I had a song that took off during the pandemic called Alone in My Car. And now I'm just doing music.
Which I refer to as, what's the video where you're sitting in your car and it explodes?
Yeah.
And she's like, that's not what it's called. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, so I'm doing music simultaneously with my vlog channel, simultaneously with Niki and Gabby, and a podcast, and I'm kind of juggling a bunch of things, but it's been great, and I do a lot of stuff on YouTube.
And you started in 2010. Can you talk a little bit about how the sort of the nature of social media has changed, what the content change has been in terms of what people are looking for?
Yeah, so I've been on the platform long enough to see a full circle moment, and this is something I think that's like really interesting that I actually want to talk about on my channel. You know, when I started YouTube, it was around 2010, 2011, 2012, and people were getting a big following for just being themselves in front of a camera. No producer, no team, no crazy editing, no production, just themselves authentically in a room. And I am a really good editor, so when editing took a trend on YouTube and you had to have good production, I really do think that helped me and my twins' channel. But, you know, then we fell into the clickbait, content house phase on YouTube, challenges, and now we're almost back to this stripped down in front of a camera, no crazy editing, and in what I like to call crunchy videos. People just want the crunch. They want like the mundane everyday life, and they want to feel seen, and it's kind of really refreshing because I am a perfectionist, and but you know, there is a con because I feel like with them wanting that real content, they also want a demand for it. They want quantity over quality, and when I started making content, it was quality over quantity. I would upload a YouTube video once every 10 days, but I knew in my heart, like I believed in my creativity and my editing. I believed in it so much that I knew if I went 2 weeks without posting, I would still get just as many hits because I knew that my skill would always rise above all that, and that people would always be inclined to click on my videos in a sub box. But now we're almost at a place where I've been forced to put my perfectionism away because now there's a demand. Every week you need to put out a vlog. And once a week almost isn't enough. I feel like I'm almost not even doing enough.
Right.
And on top of that, we got to do TikToks 3 times a day. You guys have heard that. 3 times a day TikTok, once, twice a week YouTube, 3 times a week post on Instagram, do 2 reels a week on Instagram, redistribute them across YouTube Shorts. It's getting kind of, it's not what I started doing, but obviously we have to evolve. I'm learning to evolve with the way the world is going, and as a content creator, it does feel like burnout is very more likely now more than ever. But also I do think it's refreshing that people, although they want more, they don't need perfect content. Their standards have lowered, so it's kind of, there's pros and cons to it.
Talking just a little bit about brands, you've worked with a lot of brands, ThredUp, Shein, Savage Fenty. Can you talk a little bit about what kinds of brands you respond to, how you identify those partnerships that you want to do, and what's been really successful for you in the past?
So obviously, like, my job is my passion, which is the cool part. So when a brand reaches out and it's a brand that I genuinely love, specifically like the brands you named are fashion, I'm a fashion girly, and when I'll see like in my inbox like Savage X Fenty brand deal, I get so excited, and that's the feeling I'm looking for when I partner with a brand. But also I do think that there have been deals in the past that have really been amazing because they, instead of just presenting a deal like a one and done, they present it in almost like a package deal for a longer term. So it felt like more of a commitment with a brand. We're going to commit to this year-long partnership. Every 3 months you're going to put out these requirements. And then as an influencer, I mean, I'm going to be real, it's a lot on the mental health sometimes because you worry if you're not going to have another huge hit. You always have to be brainstorming and thinking out things and pumping it out, and financially that is affected. Like, that's your relevancy is tied to your financial, and when a brand comes in that you love and they believe in your brand and you're excited to work with them and they want to commit to a year-long partnership, it's comforting to us to not feel like we're just an island floating on a social media platform by ourselves. We have a brand that supports us in every way possible to just, keep it going.
They're making a commitment to you at the outset instead of like a one and done. Post this and,
Yes.
get tagged and call it done.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this, and I think it's important for all of us to hear it, which is why a longer length brand deal is something that you care about, and maybe some of the reasons why you turn down a deal when it comes to kind of the economics of a deal.
Yeah, so realistically, when a creator gets a deal, you'll see, for example, $12,000 deal for a mention, like 30 seconds into the video. At first, you're like, wow, that's so much money, that's incredible. Just to mention, that's amazing. But then, you know, obviously, there are people a part of a creator's team, which is very beneficial because they keep the communication super clean, it's super organized, it's so important. But there's management, agency, attorney who works on the deal, and when you give away whatever that percentage is to those 3 slices of the pie, ultimately it's not really $12,000 anymore. So you almost have to weigh in your head, are the requirements more work than what I'm even going to get paid at the end of all of this?
Can we talk a little bit about what brands shouldn't be doing? How are we approaching you? What are we asking for that maybe is a turnoff to a creator that would be good for us to know or to think about differently?
So, I think, okay, I have this weird story. It was like 7 years ago. I was doing a back to school video with my twin, and there were actual representatives that had to come sit on set of us shooting a video, like in my childhood bedroom, just scripting us. And that video obviously didn't turn over well because our audience was like, something's off about this video. This isn't a normal Niki and Gabby video. And I think the audience is also really smart, so they'll know if something's in our own words or if it's not. And I think ultimately we do have a connection with our audience. I do feel like they're my friends / family. I know that's weird because I've never met them, but I talk to them like I would a friend on FaceTime. So ultimately, if they want to see what skincare products I'm using or what clothing I just bought for fall, they're going to want to hear my words. And I just think scripting sometimes can hurt the talent, the video, and the deal, and the crossover, and it doesn't translate. That's what I've learned.
And I think that's really helpful for me to know, because I know I've been on the other side of literally writing my talking points that I need the creator to say. It's like, here's my hashtag, here's when it's coming out, I need you to post exactly on this day, preferably during these hours. You know, I've got all my creators lined up to do the same thing on the same day, and I think there's a piece of the creativity that we're taking away from it.
Yeah.
What about expressing an opinion? You know, that's another thing that I think brands struggle with creators. It's, you know, on the one hand, we have the message we want to get across. On the other hand, it's allowing you to be authentic in your storytelling. How do you take that into account, and what are you really trying to do with your fans with the brand?
I think we're looking for long-term partnership as well. So if the brand deal does do well, if the audience buys the product, that's also a win for us, not just you guys, because maybe you guys will come back and we can keep working together. So we're going to want to nail it for you guys. I actually always get really excited, but also kind of stressed because I never want to let a brand down, because I love longevity and long-term partners. And maybe others aren't like that, but that's something I've talked to a lot of creators and they actually agree with me. So yeah, we give our all. So it's not just us trying to collect a check and doing the bare minimum. And maybe it's because I'm 27. Maybe it's because I have a mortgage. Like, I care about everyone being happy and longevity in business. Maybe when you're working with a 19-year-old TikToker who still lives at their parents' house, who doesn't maybe have expenses, maybe they don't see that. And maybe someone who isn't passionate about business. So it really depends the talent you work with, and that's why I think really being wise about who you work with, it could really be great.
Do you want to know the results? You know, I
do.
I feel
Yes.
like we could do a better job as marketers actually circling back to our creator partners when it is working and when it's not working. Do you want to hear the ugly if it's not working?
Yes, because I think feedback helps us. There's been times where I've worked with a brand. We did a one-off maybe 4 years ago, and once my channel got kicked off and I wasn't doing the twin thing as much, they came back with a deal. It was bigger, and it actually worked better than when it was on the twin channel. And they gave me that feedback, and it's really helpful. All right, guys, so I just finished the panel. It went really, really well. And honestly, it went better than I thought it was gonna go. It was way more intimate. I feel like I was kind of picturing like a press conference vibe, but we were outside in nature with a bunch of marketing execs from different brands, and it felt very personable. Like seeing faces associated with brands was also really like good for me as a creator, because I feel like sometimes like when we get a brand deal or we work with a brand, we just see it as like a whole, like a brand. And I don't know, I just feel like doing more in person and doing stuff like this is helping me get like a way big understanding of what I actually do. And I don't know, I just feel like I really took stuff away from this, even just from speaking on it. But yeah, I got in comfy clothes. I'm just kind of enjoying the view right now because I'm actually upset that we're leaving so soon. Our car for the airport comes in an hour. I do want to have some lunch, and I'm just kind of like soaking it in. I feel like being 27, I have this new lust for just life and experiences. And when I got this opportunity, it was like, hey, do you want to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico? And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. Like, I wouldn't probably book a flight here if I wasn't invited here for some reason, so I'm happy I came. But I am flying home today. Our flight's at 4. We have a layover in Denver. I'll vlog the travel stuff. I know you guys like that. And yeah, this was nice. This was relaxing. This was cool. I love new experiences lately. So I'll catch up with you guys.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you?